Hello, I'm Carmen. CarmenTHC from the D, and coming to you live from Schaumburg, Illinois. We just closed up the Necann event, and I ran into this very interesting fellow named Stefan, and I checked out his booth, and he's got some really cool like marketing stuff, and I'm just looking at it and I was just like, are you a homegrown? I'm just trying to figure out what it is he does, and because it seems like there's a lot going on. So Stefan, tell me a little bit more about what you've got going on.
Well, okay, so we own Madman Plant, which is an education company. Last year we were a 3D printed products and garden tools accessory company. This year we want to focus more on empowering the home grower, getting them all on the same page, giving them the confidence they need so they can go out and challenge their garden and themselves. But more importantly, also help them develop the mindset. So we specialize a lot in mental health, talking about clarity and really helping people understand their value. So the whole "Are you a home grower?" is because that's our target audience, is home growers, people
Okay.
that are sitting on YouTube with their gardens. They got their 4x4 tent or their small grow rooms,
Right.
and they really care about the plant and they want the best experience, but they want somebody they can trust, somewhere they feel safe and they can get good information, and they're not going to feel like they're judged or people aren't going to like them because they don't know anything.
So tell me the difference between the Madman Grow series and the Smoke Busters.
Okay,
What are the two different logos about here?
so the Grow series is about
Yeah.
growing. So this
Right.
is where we're going to feature the most of our education, talking about different tips and tricks like cloning, like setting up a garden, trellising, how to harvest a plant. So we have videos on wet trimming, dry trimming, hand trimming, curing in like a canitrol.
Now, these videos, are they with you, or do you bring other people into them as well?
So we do have a co-host. His name is Paul. He owns Hydroculture, the grow shop in Fredericksburg.
Okay.
But he's been very busy with that lately. So it's mostly me pioneering everything.
Nice.
I bring people in time to time to fit my agenda or my need, especially like if I'm going to do something new that I haven't really done, I'll bring in an expert. This
Right.
way it helps me provide the correct education. I'm not fluffing because I don't know it. I'm still providing the information to my audience, but I'm also now encouraging somebody else, to have a little bit of limelight and work with me.
Can you tell me a little bit about the mask and why
Yeah.
we're doing the mask?
In 2020, in this November, I started to grow in Virginia, which it was still very much illegal. We own a production company, and wanted to make video right away of my experiences.
What were your videos of what were you
growing,
producing?
the Grow series.
Okay, but before that, even when you started, it was all about the Grow series.
For Madman Plant, absolutely.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, it's always been about growing and creating a YouTube channel and creating
Gotcha.
an audience and everything like that. So we created the YouTube series, and then when we started having conversations with people, kind of drove my interest for the mental health. So we started the podcast, and the podcast is all about breaking the stigma of cannabis. So we're constantly talking with people about their real stories and real situations and how they're using cannabis to change their lives, to find happiness, to live better, sleep better, eat better, experience life better. And when you come from people who have literally, in our sense, chosen like heroin over their own family, their own children, and now have kicked that and stick with only cannabis and are in their kids' lives, and they're coming back to who they used to be, and they're productive members in society. There's a lot of value for that when you're fighting something like a substance, which is disease, or which addiction is a disease, just like mental illness.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you're battling a disease with a plant, and you're letting a plant help a person win. So that's where Smoke Busters became so valuable. It was like, well, how come I don't hear about this on the news? How come doctors aren't talking about this? How come people don't share this information? How come people are so scared to share their own story? How come people don't see the value in their own story? Why are we all so dark and depressed and, you know, with heavy anxiety. And I've been one of these people recently, so it's also a drive for me to change my internal narrative by helping others.
100%. I totally feel that. Awesome. And so tell me, what's the next events that you're going to be at?
Our next event will be in Vermont in just 2 weeks at Necann. So we're having a exclusive partnership with Necann this year, and we're going to be at all the Necanns. And then we're also at the Florida Cannabis Festival. We're going to be in California again this year for the Hall of Flowers. We're going to be at MJ BizCon in Vegas. We're going to be Oklahoma at the Cowboy Cup. So we got a couple off, you know, paths, and then, you know, January will start, and we plan to go to Arizona in February again for our, you know, tour. So some of these states we'll visit every single year from now on. So
That's awesome. And can you tell us about honey a little bit?
okay, so honey's a good portion or a good part of the podcast. So when I was put on depression meds and it made things worse, so I told the doctor that I would take myself off of them, and they didn't think that was a good idea. So we came up with the agreement that maybe a service dog would be in my best interest. So me and Lacey went down to the shelter, and we had a dog that I was looking at called Neptune, and the dog was very hyper, and they told us that the dog would not be appropriate for service work. But they said if you're open to breeds, we had the perfect dog here. And we stood in the lobby. We didn't even look at other dogs that day. And they brought out Honey. I sat in an observation chamber with her for like 30 minutes. And I told the universe I chose her and that she would choose me. And we've been together ever since. In the first 3 months of me having Honey from the shelter, she was on her first airplane. Headed to Vermont for filming with Canatrol because I did all their marketing and their website video.
Right. So that brings me to another subject. Now I'm looking at your shirt, and you've got AC Infinity there, and I know that you're working with Hygrozyme. Tell me a little about those partnerships.
So in order to fund the road show, which costs a lot of money to do, we have to have sponsors. And those sponsors believe in our project and really have stepped up to the plate. And AC Infinity is a great example of try again. And sometimes in life, maybe it's not the perfect time, but there was a time where I reached out to AC Infinity and they weren't able to work with me at that time. And then all of a sudden they saw me in Vegas and they became a roadshow sponsor and have played a big role in, you know, helping us get to where our goal is. With them and Hygrozyme specifically, we have Simple Sullivans, we have Good Luck Steph Productions, our own company throwing in money, and then we also have our own nonprofit, which is called No Clone Left Behind, which is also on the banner, and that's our 501c3. And with them, they're just awesome companies, and we love repping, and we act as satellite reps. So we're not selling, but we are educating, and we're telling people about their products, and we're helping them be in multiple places at once, because we all know how expensive it is for the shows to be here, to have your team here.
Exactly.
So when we can be here and we're talking to their customer, we're getting organic testimonials, and we're really driving, you know, that narrative for them. It's really a win-win for anybody that joins the road show.
100%. It's all about making the connections and helping each other out.
Yep.
So, and we met Tom this weekend. Say hi to Tom over here. Tom's from Boston. Yep.
Okay, well, if you're not going to talk, I'm going to need that back. I'm going to need that back if you're not going to say
Okay,
anything.
maybe we should cut. Maybe we should cut there.
No, that's fine.
Okay. All right.
Mom's like, hell no, not right.
He's like, this is your interview.
Do we want to bring her over from the Rocket Seeds?
Sure.
we cut this
Yeah,
one?
we're going to
Yeah.
end this one, and then
Do a
we'll...
little outro.
Yep.
Okay. So, well, it was so awesome meeting you. It's been such a pleasure hanging out with you and Lacey.
My beautiful wife.
She is beautiful. And I I can't wait for you guys to come to Michigan in a couple
Yeah.
of months. I want you to come visit me in Detroit, and then we're gonna do the Grand Rapids event, and then
Yeah.
we're gonna. In the meantime, we're gonna set up some podcasts and some interviews with some cool people, and make some connections and make some shit work out.
Perfect. Yeah, and this is what it's all about. And that's why if you haven't been to an event like this, it's so important to network, get out, get to different states and meet different people.
Yeah, like in real life, it's really important. I've made some amazing connections here just in the past 2 days in Illinois. I had no idea how many cool people I would run into and how much opportunity there is in the state to actually like make a difference. With there's just so many different avenues to go around it. So, but yeah, it was so nice meeting you, Lacey. And Tom, does not want to speak right now, but Tom has been a wonderful person. and same with you, Savon. All right. And what about them over there?
Our good friends and fellow patrons.
All right.
Peace.